Welcome back. Now we'll just create a view for our project. Okay, so if I just go back and then say PHP, go back to my terminal and then say PHP artisan serve, so it will serve our application on localhost 8000. So if you just visit, there it is. You can see the default Laravel interface. Okay, now we just go to our web.php file, which is inside routes web.php. okay, and then we'll just get rid of each and everything, and then we can just go back to resources, views, and then we just delete the welcome blade file. Right there it is. Now we'll just create a new file called the new folder called tasks, and then we'll create a new blade file called this index.blade.php. As I told you, Blade is Laravel's templating engine. It will provide us a beautiful syntax to write, we don't need to use the traditional PHP, for example the if statements or the for loop or the for each loop. We'll use the Blade templating syntax, right? It'll just provide us a syntax. Okay, next we'll create our master, basically the layouts file, so it will contain our master layout. Right, just create a new Blade file here we'll just call this master.blade.php, so it will contain the main file of our application. So if I just say HTML5, and then this is our task list app, right? Okay, basically this is our main file, this is our master file, so we need this file exactly here. So if I just say extends from layouts and then master layout, right, and then I'll create a route for this file, index file. If I just say simple route get, the name of the route would be something like this, and then I'll use a controller that I've created right now, HTTP controller, the task controller, and then I'll use the index method. Okay, let's just open task controller. This is our task controller, and then we'll create some methods like public function index, right? And this method will just simply return view, and then the name of the view is tasks.index, right? Okay, so let's just visit this, refresh the page. There it is. If I just go to page source, you can see that's working. Basically that's extending the master layout file. Okay, now inside master I can just say yield and then content, right? Go to your index file again. If I just say section content and then end section, if I just write anything, for example hello world, go back and reload the page, there it is, right? That works. Okay, now we'll just use basically we are just creating task app, so we need a good interface, and we can use Bootstrap. So if we just go to the official site of getbootstrap.com, and the version is, I think it is 4.1. It is 4.1, I think. Yeah, 4.1.1. And then I'll just copy the CDN of Bootstrap and then go to my master file, and then simply I'll paste it here. There it is. And if I just go to my master file, and then if I just say container before yield and then close container after the yield, so basically it will contain the yield inside container. So yield is called here, that means we will expect to see the h2 inside a container. Right? And go back and reload the page. There it is. That means Bootstrap is working. Okay, now we will create a simple interface for it. If I just go to again Bootstrap and then go to components, we'll use a navbar. So if we scroll down and navbars, and again scroll down, basically I will not use the many things the navbar has. I'll just simply use the simple nav. I'll just copy this, Okay, go to Visual Studio Code and then go to master layout, and you can just create a new layout for your layout, but for your navigation, but this time this is quite simple, so you can paste it here. Otherwise you can just go and create a new file called nav.blade.php, but we'll keep it simple. Go back and refresh the page. There it is, looks good. Now we need to create some panels. For example, if I just go to my panel, yeah, panels are inside card, I think. Okay, there it is, and we need to scroll down, or if we just search for panel, okay, this is something else, I think. Go back and find them again, go to card component, and I think at the end of this card component, there we go, we just have very beautiful Bootstrap, you know, card components. Lots of components. Okay, so we will use something like that. Okay, if I just open up my, again, go to this section inside our index.blade.file php. Okay, first let me just create a row, and then I'll create a call md6 here, and then inside that I will create a card, and a card has card header, and inside here I can say add task, and then we have card body. It also contains, I think, footer, so we don't, and if we just say form and go back and reload the page, that looks good. If you just say that's call md6, okay, that looks good. Okay, now we'll use mt for margin top 5. Okay, go back and reload the page. There it is, now it looks good. Okay, we'll create a form here, so if I just say form and then action, we will add it in our next series, and the method would be post, and then we will create our form here. Basically we just need one field here, so we'll add our form group. There it is, and then we'll create our label, a label for task, and then we'll create our input field here, add name task, id again task, and then the placeholder would be task, right? And finally we'll add a class that is form control. Go back and refresh. There it is, that looks good. Right, so finally we just need to create a button. So just copy this and paste it here. Input type submit, and then we'll add a class called btn primary. Right, that looks good. If we just go back and refresh the page again, there we go, we just have it. Okay, finally we just need to create a simple interface again, and if I just simply copy this call md6, basically I want to copy the row, the whole row, then paste it again, refresh. There it is. Now instead of a form, we just need a table here, so we can say view tasks or show tasks, something like that, and we'll create a table here. Table, okay, and then we'll create a row for that, and I think it contains th and td. This could be something like the task, and we can also add an action for that. Action, okay, looks good. And if I just add again a tr, which contains our task, and then a button with a class of btn danger and btn sm and delete, right? Reload the page. There it is. Okay, this is basically we just create our views and interfaces, and in the next video we'll be discussing about more like validation for that. So see you in the next video.